I first grabbed 2 packages of these 1 gallon paint stir sticks. You could get these at Home Depot. So I laid down 11 of them side by side. And then I'm going to use 2 extra for something different later on. So to be able to hold these all together, I'm using this Dollar Tree adhesive glue with a mixture of hot glue and just using these jumbo craft sticks or popsicle sticks and just applying those on to the paint sticks. The more the merrier. That way it is nice and sturdy. Now that you have your sign, I am now going to be using baby wipes and this brown acrylic paint. I'm just applying the brown acrylic paint on top of the paint sticks, and then I'll be using the baby wipes to paint the paint on. Doing it this way leaves you kind of with a wood stained look without using any of those harsh chemicals that are inside of wood stain. Don't forget to do those 2 extra sticks as well, and then allow that to completely dry. Once that is dry, I then am using some white acrylic paint. I'm just putting a small amount on my paintbrush. If you have too much on your brush, go ahead and just dab some of that off. And then I just went over the sign and those sticks with a dry brush method. So all you have to do is just apply the paint on very lightly. Now, with those 2 extra sticks, I'm just going to glue those to the top and the bottom of the paint stick sign. And now that we have a sign to work with, let's put something on it. So I grabbed this wooden truck from Dollar Tree, and I'll be using red acrylic paint for the body of the truck. I did end up painting this with 2 coats. You want to just dry the first coat before going on to the second coat, and then just allow everything to completely dry. And then I'm going to be using blue acrylic paint to paint the hubcap and the area of the truck on top of the tire with this color. Again, you want to use 2 coats, allow the first coat to completely dry before going on to the second coat. And then for the tires, I just painted those with black acrylic paints. And then for the bed of the truck, I ended up just kind of using a small amount of brown acrylic paint, just kind of watered it down a little bit, and then just started brushing that right on. Again, this will make it look like it's a wood stain without using any of those harsh chemicals that are inside of wood stainer. Then just going around the truck with some Waverly Antique Wax. This is going to protect the paint, and it's also going to make the colors look a little bit darker and a little bit more weathered. And this is so stinking cute. I then got this small star stencil off of Amazon, and I'm just going to be putting this on top of the area right above the tires. So I'm just using some blue painter's tape to hold the stencil into place. And then I'll be using white acrylic paint, using a cut up Dollar Tree sponge. Again, since this is a stencil, you want to make sure you have a very small amount of the paint on your sponge or foam dabber, and just begin dabbing that paint with light dabbing motions, and then just peel off the stencil and look at how cute the stars are. Now I wanted to kind of spruce up the bed of the truck, so I grabbed some more of those jumbo craft sticks. I just cut those in half and then just cut it so it has a pointy edge, and then going over it with brown acrylic paint again, and just allow those to completely dry. I ended up cutting 3 of these little pieces, by the way. Then just find a good placement for them and just hot glue those right down. I then had this metal star, so I just hot glued that right onto the side of the door. And this is so adorable. Now let's go ahead and grab that wooden sign that we first started with, finding a good placement for the truck on it, using that Dollar Tree adhesive glue with a mixture of hot glue to adhere this together. And I just placed the truck pretty close to the bottom of this wooden sign. I then just had these faux flowers that I got from Dollar Tree. I kept them red, white, and blue. So I just began hot gluing those to the bed of the truck as well. First, I found a good placement for them, and then I began hot gluing those into place. And I think this just came out so adorable. I love it. I then just had these Scrabble letters that I also ordered off of Amazon. I just spelled out stars and stripes, and I'm just finding good placement for it on the top left corner of the sign and just began hot gluing those right down. And there you go, guys. I think this came out so adorable. I had so much fun creating it. I hope this inspires you guys to create your own in your own special way. If it did, please be sure to sprinkle the love. Thank you so, so much. And I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.